So, here they are. Blair or Brown?
Oh God. I worked closely with both, and I had different views on different policies that each of them had.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually enjoyed working with both of them, to be honest.
Can't choose?
I think it's difficult, but I was probably closer to Tony Blair, in that I served for longer in his government than I served in Gordon's. And I think, although I don't think anybody's perfect, I think Tony was a more successful Prime Minister than Gordon.
Okay. If need be, who would you prefer to go into coalition with next May, the Lib Dems or Greens?
I'm not thinking about coalition, I'm thinking about a Labour government.
Okay. EU in or out?
In. I'd stay in.
Okay.
It needs reform, but we need to stay in. A lot of jobs are there. It's our major trading partner. It's economic madness.
Okay. Okay. Free schools, yes or no?
I'd like to see free schools reconnected to the local family of schools, so that they're not just, completely free in the way they are at the moment. I worry that free schools can set up anywhere. So even in our own borough here, we've seen free schools established in areas where we don't need them, and in areas where we need more schools, we're not able to get them established. So I want to give a much stronger role to local authority in those decisions, and I want free schools to be much more accountable, because it is public money, it's taxpayers' money, and they only seem to be accountable at the moment through Ofsted. I want them to be much more accountable than that. So I wouldn't go around closing schools, students in those schools now, and their parents have placed them there in good faith, but I would reconnect those schools to the local family of schools.
English votes for English laws?
I don't think this issue is going to go away. I think people do worry about it and are concerned about it, and I think we should look very seriously at if there's a way forward. But I don't think we should come up with some knee-jerk solution, as the Tories have done, which seems to be, to me, to be more about grabbing votes or worrying about UKIP than actually making sure that our democracy is protected and can work properly. So I think there is an issue to address. I think we should address the issue, but constitutional change, you do it in a hurry, you can repent at leisure, can have very far-reaching effects. So I think we should look at this properly and in much greater depth.
And the last one, support mass data retention. A lot of our readers are concerned about online privacy.
Support
mass data retention.
I mean, we've seen, some of the effects of releasing mass data. There is definitely an issue about security, and there's an issue about privacy. But we have some very, very strong data protection laws. So I'd be careful about getting too excited about it. I think first of all people need to be aware of the level of data protection that we have, which is very strong. When I was Home Office Minister, I was looking into some of this around the ID cards issue, and it was very reassuring, the level of data protection we have. But of course, as online, the use of computers and everything else grows and grows and becomes more and more ways in which we can access information, and our own information can be accessed, I just think you've got to keep ever vigilant on the protection of people's information.
Okay, well thank you very much, Joan Ryan. That's all we have time for. Thanks, Joan Ryan, for speaking to us, and join us next time for our next instalment in our series of interviews with politicians. Thank you.